If you have issues with Wi-Fi not working or not connecting properly on Motorola Moto G56, here's what you can do in order to try to fix this issue. So first of all, we're gonna go to settings. Next, open network and internet. And of course, at first we want to make sure that the airplane mode is not enabled, because if you enable airplane mode, then we cannot use Wi-Fi. I know that it can be, well, quite obvious when the airplane mode is enabled. However, we can, for example, turn it on by accident and we don't even know this. So just make sure that it is off. Another thing that we can do is go to Wi-Fi, and a simple thing like turning off and turning back on sometimes helps as well. So this is another thing that you can do in order to see if that helps. Besides that, if you have troubles with connecting or finding your Wi-Fi, you can tap on this icon here in the top right corner, this circle with an arrow and a key, I think, or something like that. Actually, it's a wrench, sorry. So once you press this button, we will reset the Wi-Fi network on our phone, and you should be able to connect or try to connect again to available networks. Now, before we proceed, what you can also do is make sure that the Wi-Fi is actually not working only on your phone. What I mean by that is that you might have issues with the Wi-Fi in general, not on this phone, but in general. So if you have another device that is using the same Wi-Fi, you want to check that another device to make sure that the other device is connected to Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi is working just fine. Because if not, then this can indicate that you have issues with the Wi-Fi itself instead of having issues on the phone. However, if only on your phone you cannot connect to Wi-Fi, then another thing that you can do is try to forget the network and try to connect again. So we're gonna tap on the setting icon right next to the Wi-Fi, and we can forget the network. And there we go. Let's give it another try. So this is what we can do. Besides that, you can also scroll all the way down and go to save networks over here at the bottom. If you have any saved networks left, then you can go over there and find the Wi-Fi network that you are trying to connect to and forget it on this phone. Also, we can go to network preferences, and you might want to disable turn on Wi-Fi automatically. Or if it's actually enabled, you can, or actually when it is disabled, then you can actually turn it on. Anyway, you want to pretty much switch it on or off based on if it's enabled or disabled already. So you want to do the opposite. That's what I'm trying to say. Nevertheless, let's go back and let's try to connect to Wi-Fi again. So of course, we want to enter the password and try to connect. Besides that, if you have the Wi-Fi QR code, you can try the QR code as well. So you can scroll all the way down again and tap on this QR code in order to connect to Wi-Fi. However, if none of this helps, if you still have issues with the Wi-Fi, we're gonna go back to the settings, to the main menu of settings, and let's scroll all the way down to system. In system, you want to go to reset options, and over here you want to choose reset Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, we cannot separate these two things, so if you decide to reset, you will reset both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So you will have to reconnect all your Bluetooth devices and of course Wi-Fi networks. So press reset, and then we're gonna go back to Wi-Fi because we need to connect to our Wi-Fi again. However, most of the time this option, this reset helps. So give it a try. And that's pretty much all we can do on this phone in order to try to solve Wi-Fi issues. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe.